So, what if I told you that the biggest problems in your life aren't actually the problem at all? Today, we're diving into this really powerful idea that the real key to overcoming any challenge is just changing your perspective. Let's get right into it.
I mean, this metaphor just hits home, doesn't it? We've all been there. That one piece of bad news, that one major setback, it drops into your life, and suddenly everything just tastes bitter. It contaminates the whole experience. But here's the twist. What if the problem isn't the salt? What if it's the size of the glass?
All right, so to really get this, we've got to start with the salt itself. What are these moments of pain, really? The ones that feel like they have the power to just take over our entire lives? And let's be clear, this spoon of salt isn't just a bad day. We're talking about the earth-shattering stuff. A tragedy, a deep loss, a health crisis that just flips your whole world upside down. It's that one event that lands and threatens to poison absolutely everything. And yeah, as you can see, this salt comes in so many different forms. For one person, it's losing someone they love. For another, it's a sudden accident and a grueling recovery, or a diagnosis that changes life in an instant. These are the moments that truly test you.
Okay, but here's where the script flips. That pain, that salt, it doesn't have to be the end of the story. It can actually be the start of a profound transformation.
It sounds kind of paradoxical, right? But so often, the most powerful way to heal your own hurt is to dedicate yourself to helping someone else with theirs. When you channel that struggle outward, when you turn it into service, something incredible happens. The source of your suffering becomes the source of your purpose. And this puts you on this amazing path. You go through the struggle, and it gives you this unique perspective that nobody else has. You overcome something that felt impossible, and suddenly your story isn't just your story anymore. It's a beacon of hope, a lifeline for other people who are still trying to find their way through the dark. And this brings us right back to where we started, with that glass of water. It's time to stop thinking like a glass and discover something so much bigger. All right, this is it. This is the whole key. Look, we can't always control the salt that life is going to throw at us. That's a given. But what you do have absolute control over is the container it falls into. The problem isn't the problem. It's your perspective on it.
And the difference this makes is just night and day. Think about it. When you're the glass, your world is tiny. It's confined. That salt is all you can taste. But when you become the pond, man, your heart is vast. That exact same spoonful of salt just dissolves. Its bitterness gets diluted into almost nothing. The problem's still there. Sure, it sinks, but it doesn't spoil the whole thing.
And this is such a brilliant way to think about the goal. It's not about pretending the salt isn't there or ignoring your problems. It's about cultivating an inner world that's so expansive, so vast, that no single problem can ever define the entire taste of your existence.
Okay, so that sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually do it? How do you stay vast? Well, a huge piece of the puzzle is simply learning where to put your attention.
I want you to really think about this for a second. In your life right now, is there one rotten apple, one bad situation, one toxic relationship that you're just obsessing over? We do this all the time. We get so fixated on that one bad thing that we don't realize we're damaging all the good stuff around it. So the real work, the hard work, is to consciously choose where you look. Focus on the good fruit, the things that are growing, the things that are healthy, your personal journey, your contributions, the people you love. Even when a relationship ends, you can choose to focus on wishing them well instead of just dwelling on the bitterness. It's an active choice every single day. And if you can manage that shift, it changes the entire game. Suddenly, challenges aren't punishments anymore. They're opportunities. They're lessons the universe is sending you to help you level up, to become stronger and more emotionally mature. So let's get super practical. The moment tragedy strikes, what do? Well, it all boils down to asking yourself one simple but incredibly powerful question. That's it. Just 2 words. Not, why is this happening to me? Not, whose fault is this? Just, what next? Think about it like this. If you get bitten by a snake, are you going to waste precious time chasing after it to argue about why it bit you? No way. You're going to focus on getting the antidote, on recovery. That's what What Next does. It pulls your energy away from arguing with a past you can't change and aims it directly at a future you can. Living this way is really an act of faith. It's a choice to believe that the universe isn't out to get you. It's trusting that every single situation, no matter how painful, is somehow for your ultimate good. and that every loss contains the seed of restoration.
So here's the bottom line. When life drops salt into your water, don't shrink your world down to the size of a glass. Expand your container. Keep your perspective. Stay vast. The only question left is, how vast are you willing to become?